Hey guys, it's Morgan Zegers, and as we face a supply chain crisis, a southern border crisis, an international crisis in Afghanistan, massive inflation, and so much more, for some reason the Biden administration and the liberal media are focusing on racist roads and how we can end racism in infrastructure. Here's what happened. Pete Buttigieg is the U.S. Transportation Secretary in the Biden administration, and he's been talking a lot about a serious issue in America right now, okay? Racism in our infrastructure. April Ryan, a political analyst for CNN, asked him in a White House briefing room, quote, "Can you give us the construct of how you will deconstruct the racism that was built into the roadways? Can you talk to us about how that could be deconstructed?" Buttigieg replied with some examples throughout history of American infrastructure being built with racist goals. Now, right off the bat, what he's saying sounds kind of crazy and ridiculous. Is he saying roads are racist? They are inanimate objects. How could that be? So a bunch of conservative commentators were quick to make fun of him for it. But here's the thing, okay? This is an example of how two things can kind of be true at the same time. Why? Because back when racism, as in hating someone else because of their skin color, the real definition, was a real problem in America faced before the Civil Rights era, there were racist people constructing infrastructure in ways that would keep black people out of certain areas, okay? And that's horrible. It shouldn't ever happen. And it doesn't happen now, but history is often filled with dark and harsh truths, and not just in America, but worldwide. This is one of those examples. We've come so far since then, though, as a nation, and that is thanks to the Western values embraced on American soil, people. The best thing we can do to keep moving forward in this way is to learn from history in order to not repeat it. So yes, our children should learn that back then, racist people behaved in horrible ways, because that is learning our real history. Unfortunately, our kids aren't just getting the lessons on the good and bad parts of our history. Instead, they're being indoctrinated with critical race theory, which is cultural Marxist curriculum, spreading radical anti-white distortions of history to convince young children that America is still a racist country, and that believing in conservative policies and economic freedom alone can make someone a racist. This is toxic, racist, and divisive curriculum that creates students who hate America. It creates white children who feel ashamed for their skin color, and black children who feel like the entire system is out to get them and that they'll never get a fair shake here. It's one thing for Pete Buttigieg, American classrooms, and the media to make sure Americans know their history and how we got here, but it's a completely other thing to weaponize race for political divisive purposes, which is what they are doing by inserting race into every political conversation happening today. We've got to stop it, and most importantly, we've got to stop it from reaching our children in the classrooms.